This here's Jim Bob.
This here's Clint.
This is Thirsty D.
And we are the Whiskey Drinkers.
Whew.
We're back with another paranormal story from Thirsty D.
That's right.
I got another Bigfoot tale for you.
Oh, yeah.
And we love Bigfoot tales.
That we
Yes,
do.
we do.
And I hope all you out there in the Whiskey Drinker family love Bigfoot tales also.
Because you're gonna keep hearing a lot of them.
And as you can see, we're in the middle of the woods again.
That's
Yep.
right.
And as we're sitting here, we can hear the footsteps encircling us. And it leaves me a little bit unnerved.
I definitely hear something back here.
Yeah, it sounds like a
something.
growling.
I definitely hear a growling.
Well,
All right, well, let's get on with the story so I can distract myself from that growling.
It is creepy. Now, this is a story that was told to me by the author John Stanley. John Stanley is...
John Stamos.
No, John Stanley.
John Stanley. Full house.
This is John Stanley. He's an author in Western Pennsylvania. He wrote a lot of books involving UFO sightings and such. He talks a lot about Kecksburg and things. We all, everyone out there in the Whiskey Drinker family should know about Kecksburg.
My dad actually saw that.
Oh, he did?
He saw it fly over when he was
really?
Yep. Yeah, he told me
Holy
that story
cow.
a bunch of times.
They know about Kecksburg. We talk about Kecksburg all the fucking time.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. In fact, there's some excellent Whiskey Drinker videos that everyone out there should have already seen by
All
now.
about Kecksburg. We're just
right.
talking about it left and right.
Unless that was one of the ones that the FBI took down.
Oh, it might be. Here's a couple.
Possibility
Yeah,
right there.
we better not talk about that.
Oh, yeah, we spoke about the government before.
There's a couple times they've taken our videos down.
Yeah.
Can't trust that.
I swear there's a gnat flying around. I'm not tripping.
Oh, there is. The gnats, yeah, you can't trust them either. But anyway, we're talking about Bigfoot right now. This is a tale that was told to me by the author John Stanley. And we were speaking about this when
Not
we were...
to be confused with John Stamos.
No, not John Stamos. No,
Just as handsome.
maybe.
He's a pretty handsome man.
He
It's
is.
hard to top that one right there.
Yeah.
Anyway.
But anyway, this is a tale that occurred in the state of Washington.
Okay.
Now, this actually happened to a friend of John Stanley. This was a truck driver who had to actually pick up a friend in Washington State. Now, let's call this truck driver Joe.
Yeah.
And that's the name that I'm going to use for all the people in my stories.
That works.
Now, Joe had a friend that was staying at the Foggy Mountain Lodge.
Oh, that
in
sounds
North-
cool.
Now, that's pretty damn cool.
Sounds
Now,
creepy.
people out there that know of do a lot of Bigfoot research, they're pretty familiar with the Foggy Mountain Lodge because that region in northern state of Washington, they have a lot of Bigfoot sightings in that region. They know exactly what area I'm talking about.
I have heard that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Joe had a friend. Let's call his friend Joseph. Joseph was staying at the Foggy Mountain Lodge, and he was stranded there. And anyway, this particular night there was a huge thunderstorm going on, and he was stranded at the Foggy Mountain Lodge.
This is kind of like The Shining, only with rain instead of snow.
Yes, rain instead of snow, and that's exactly what this scenario is like. Well, anyway, Joe's friend was stranded at the Foggy Mountain Lodge, and he needed a ride home. And it was like an emergency. He had to get home for reasons that I can't quite remember. It had something to do with his wife and a child.
Yeah.
So anyway,
His wife was probably having a child. Maybe that's
could very well be. Either his wife was having a child or his child was really ill, and Joseph definitely needed to get home, so he had to have Joe to come and get him.
Or his child was possessed by the devil.
For dramatic horror purposes, yeah, it adds to the story. Yeah,
Yeah.
If we were going to make a movie out of this scenario, that's exactly what we'd have.
But, hey,
But,
let's stay on the facts.
yeah, but we're going to stay on the facts, though, yeah. Well, anyway, Joe went out to the Foggy Mountain Lodge to pick up his friend Joseph. Well, anyway, it's a horrible night. It's raining. I mean, the wind's blowing. It's howling. This was probably early fall. This was probably late September. This was occurring. So it definitely wasn't, the peak season was over and all that. Well, anyway, Joe's driving up the mountains and all that. He's gone probably 4 hours out of his way to even get his damn friend. So Joe finally arrives at the Foggy Mountain Lodge to pick up his friend, and guess what? When he arrives there,
There's
his
no
friend,
inn.
the inn's there, but his friend's not there. His friend got a ride from somebody else back to his house.
Oh shit.
Well, Joe's not too happy about this.
hell no.
So, yeah, Joe's not too happy about
I'd be
this.
pissed as hell.
Well, anyway, Joe pulls out of the Foggy Mountain Lodge and starts making his way back home. None too happy about the situation.
Yeah.
So he's pretty much cussing his friend out under his breath. Well, anyway, the weather's turned even worse. So it's howling, it's raining, the rain's coming down. It's just absolutely miserable. Well, anyway, Joe's on the way down on the main turnpike. All of a sudden, there's a guy with a red light in the middle of the road waving Joe down in a big roadblock.
Oh, it's DOT, isn't it?
Yeah, well, Joe gets out of his truck. The guy flags him down and said, "Hey, there was a landslide. You can't go. The road's blocked. He's going to have to take some of these fucking back roads."
That's better than DOT. DOT would have pulled him out of the truck.
The fuck is
Yeah.
Brakes. Department of Transportation.
Yeah, that's not that, yes.
Next thing you know, they would have had him arrested. They would have cuffed up against the damn thing. They'd be filling him up, checking under his balls, making sure he ain't got no illegal narcotics.
Yep.
I mean, that DOT will get you every time.
Yeah.
Getting their
that's true.
thrills touching your ball.
But anyway, the road's closed. He's going to have to take a detour. So he's not too happy about this, because these damn back roads, he's going to have to go down through some logging roads now. And you know what those logging roads are like.
Murderous.
They're fun.
So he's going down these logging roads. You're damn lucky you can even damn fit a truck on the size of the truck he was driving on these damn logging roads. Well, anyway, he's driving down these damn logging roads, a dirt road at that. You know, he's sitting there swerving around the mountainside. Shit, man, some of those damn turns, you make a wrong turn too soon, you're going over the damn mountain.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, he's driving down these roads. You know, the wind's blowing, the rain's coming down.
Or if you make a wrong turn, you end up in a field with a bunch of inbred West Virginians and they're trying to eat you.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
True.
They'll play on wrong turn there,
Yeah.
maybe. All right.
Of course, these are Washington State inbreds, but anyway, we love the Washington State people too. We love all.
I'm not saying all Washington State people are inbred.
We love them all. We love them all.
Yeah, we love them all, except for the Redskins.
Yeah. We don't like the Washington Redskins.
Oh, I thought you meant like Native Americans.
No.
Why do you have to
We love the Native Americans.
Absolutely.
We love them. We
Talk
love
about
them.
your racist problems.
That's what I thought you were saying.
Christ.
No, we're talking about the football team.
I like Native Americans.
There's only the Steelers, Jimbo. That's it.
It's just true.
All right. Anyway.
Well, anyway, as he's driving down this logging road, this so-called detour, if you want to even call it a road, he makes this bend and he catches in his headlights what looks like a 7-foot gorilla, ogre, monster standing by the side of the road, and he catches a glimpse of it, and it looks like it's purplish blue fur on it.
What the fuck?
And he's like, that's exactly what he said. What the fuck?
I know what it is. Gray Bape.
Great Bape. What the fuck's that from? But I know Great Bape. I can picture it.
Do you remember Dare?
Great Bape was a cartoon, in the
I do
Hanna-Barbera
remember.
cartoon in the 70s, 80s, or whatever.
Was
the
he
hell it was.
bluish?
Yeah,
Purple?
he'd sit there and go, Great Bape, Great Bape.
Well, maybe Joe here was eating some LSD that night.
Maybe.
Maybe that is something he did not confide to me. Well, because he
Don't eat LSD and drive heavy machinery.
No,
It's not a
no.
good idea. Don't do that. It's bad for you.
But anyway, he's looking like, what the fuck is this? Did a girl escape from a zoo or something? But it was bluish. It was like a bluish gray in color. And he's seen it, and then it just stepped into the woods. And he's like, what the fuck did I just see? I mean, you doubt your sanity when you see shit like that. Well, anyway.
Hold on, real quick. Now, first you said it was a grayish purple.
Grayish blue, like a
Or
grayish
bluish.
bluish, or like a grayish blue kind.
All right.
Grayish blue. Did I
could
say
be a
purple?
Yeti.
You said purple.
You did say
Well,
purple.
you know, yeah, grayish blue. Let me go
Okay,
back
all right.
there, grayish
Well,
blue.
just clarify.
Grayish blue, yeah.
Gray
like
and
the
blue might look like a purple.
Yeah, purplish. You
Shimmering
know,
off the-
yeah, it was a little bit like that. Yeah, like
Yeah.
a grayish bluish, maybe a little bit of purple. Yeah, that's how kind of how it was kind of described to be by my friend.
All right.
A grayish
Yeah, it
blue,
kinda looked that
purple,
way.
yeah, somewhere like that.
Probably a Yeti.
Yeah, something like it was definitely. As far as Bigfoot tales go, this was definitely an unusual color.
Yeah.
You know, it was definitely
Oh, and
fucking
being up
unusual.
in Washington, too, that's where the Yetis would be, if you think about it.
Yeah.
Lots of- the Ozarks.
It was definitely an unusual
the
look.
Ozarks.
But then, like you said, it was raining and all that, and the headlights and all that shit. Well, you know, the guy's like, you know, what the fuck did I just see? Well, anyway, now mind you, he's not going too fast down the road, so he got a pretty good look at it, you know, and he's like, what the fuck is that? Well, anyway, he was driving a little farther down the road, and kind of sight kind of unnerved him a little bit. So he's driving down the road a little farther. Then all of a sudden he loses control of the fucking car, and it's shaking and all that fucking shit, and he don't know what the fuck's going on. It's like swerving the car and all that shit. Then he finally gains control and looks in the rearview mirror, and he thought he seen the look of an ape, a bluish ape face looking at him in the rearview mirror. And then he drove off, and he's thinking like, what the fuck?
So wait, did he see him two times? Did he see the ape
This is the second time. Yeah, he drove down the road a little further, and he's lost control of the car, and it's like starts swerving and all that shit. And just as he when he was doing that, he glanced in the rearview mirror, and he seen like the ape, like in the rear view mirror, like in the back, and he's like thinking the fucking thing grabbed the hold of the back of the car and was grabbing it.
Or trying to
now,
holy
now
shit.
here's the possibilities. Was it the same one or a different one?
That's true.
Well, he thought he thought it was like the same fucking one. Like, you know, did it make that much of a distance? Did it catch up to him that quick?
It could, but it could be a second one too.
Yeah, could be, but it was again bluish.
It could be
You know? Yeah.
And then talk about shit in your pants. You know, you're in that car. You're like, oh shit, I'm gonna wreck, and then this Bigfoot's gonna fucking have
He's
his way
thinking
with
like,
me.
you know, did he just lose control? But then he looked and seen the motherfucker. You know, it seemed like the damn thing grabbed a hold of his car and was trying to,
Damn.
I'm so glad that's in a different state.
you know, grabbing it. And then he finally broke free and drove up. And he's like, motherfucker. You know, and at this point in time, he's really like worried about this shit.
Well, he should
I would be
Well,
too.
then he's driving up the road a little more, and then he sees what looks like he sees a tree, a small tree pulled out in front of the road. And he's like, oh, motherfucker.
Holy shit.
And it looks like it was deliberately laid in front of the road.
That ain't good.
Wow.
And you know, and he's thinking to himself, fuck me. So he got out of the car.
So they're like fucking with them.
Yeah, so he got out of the car, and he slowly goes over to move it. And the moment he went out to move it, all of a sudden he hears footsteps, boom, 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 and it was real heavy. And he goes, fuck, he knew exactly what it was. It was this thing coming up to him.
Holy shit.
And it came up to him, and it's like growling him, and it's this big giant, he's 7 foot tall, bluish, grayish, ape-like creature. And it's just sitting there growling at him, and then it starts to circle him. And it was like powerfully built. It was like the Bigfoot. Like he knew this had to be like what you would call a Bigfoot. And it's growling him, and it starts to circle him, growling at him. And it did this for a few minutes, and then it started to walk away. So he started to walk to his car, and then the moment he started walking to his car, it would run right back to him. But this time it was closer to him, and it started to slowly circle him again, growling and growling. Then it would walk away from him. Then he again went to walk to his car. Then it ran right back to him. But every time it would walk back to him, it would be closer, and it would circle him just a little more closer. And it became more menacing because it would start to reach out to him almost. And he thought to himself, like, you know, I'm going to fucking die. This thing's going to fucking kill me. And then he waited till it walked away a little farther, and he goes, I got to make it now or never, or I'm fucking dead. So he waited till it was farther away, and then he ran to his car, and of course it ran right after him. He said he slammed his fucking door, and just the moment he got at it, the thing was scratching right at his driver's window. And he fucking hit the car. He hit the gas, he smashed right through this tree, damaging his car, but he didn't give a fuck. He said the thing grabbed the back of his car and was holding it, and he's hitting the gas, he's hitting the fucking gas, and he finally broke free, and he said the thing just ripped his fucking bumper off, and he just smashed right through the tree and just took off, and this thing was chasing after him, and he fucking made it home, and he was just fucking petrified. They said he went into shock to the point where his wife found him, and he went into shock, his blood pressure, and had to be taken to the emergency room because he went into shock with his blood pressure.
I wonder why.
Anyway, his friend came to visit him at the hospital the next day, you know, and apologized for, you know, what happened, and that, you know, that he left the, you know, the Foggy Mountain Lodge, you know, and that he put him through that. And his friend told him that they went down that same road, and that same creature tried pushing their Jeep off the mountain. It came running down a hill, came and tried almost pushed their Jeep with them in him off that mountain.
And this here is why I will never go to Washington.
Yo, me too. That's one of the most terrifying stories I've ever heard.
So, and it took that guy, I mean, it took him years to and his friend. It took them years to overcome that fear of even going into the woods with that thing.
Probably post-stress traumatic.
But they both said that this creature had like a bluish gray, almost like with a purplish, like the tip almost had like a purplish bluish tint with like shades of gray in it.
Yeah.
It was a strange color, they said, this thing.
If anybody has ever heard of that kind of shit, different colored Bigfoots like that, put it down in the damn comments. Let us
Yeah.
know.
And they said they weren't sure Bigfoot ogre. They were saying it was almost like an ogre or
Like
something
Shrek.
like like. But it looked like an ape. It just was like a bluish gray kind of ape looking thing. And it was like growling, and then as it took off, as the one guy, Joe, as he took off, it let out this real high pitched scream and shit. And it screamed just like bellowed. I mean, the damn car shook. That's how high pitched and loud that scream was. It was like it started out like a guttural growl, and it just went into like a high pitched scream.
But just in case anybody out there's wondering, I'm not crying. I keep rubbing my eyes. I'm not crying. It's allergies. It's allergies, bro.
He's crying.
Allergic to Bigfoot.
It's some scary shit. I ain't gonna lie.
Allergic
about
to
that, but it's just
Bigfoot.
allergies getting.
Allergic to Bigfoot.
Well, hopefully we make it out of here safe.
All right. Well, that there was another episode of Campfire Stories for Thirsty D. You just stay tuned for the next one. All right.
We always have more. This is Thirsty D and the Whiskey Drinkers signing out.
All right.
See ya.
Fuck me.